pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
The meeting will please come to order. We have proof of posting under the Chapter 551 Texas Government Code is amended known as the Texas Open Meetings Act.
Yes.
Thank you. Any members of the public who would like to speak shall have 3 minutes to address the court regarding matters not appearing on the agenda or on any item on the agenda. The Commissioner's Court may not deliberate or take action on any item that is not posted. Any discussion of the subject must be limited to providing specific factual information. So if anybody, members of the public, would like to speak, you have 3 minutes. Mr. Morgan, yes, sir.
Commissioners, we have a major point. We have a major problem in this county with noise. That was addressed to our state representatives about 6 months ago. And she was made aware of noise limits. And the limits are stated 55 decibel. And those groups in order to be in C scale. But how? And then when they went in the meeting with our boss here, and no, I ain't gonna do with but you're over there with our state representative. With the state representative?
I wasn't at their office next week.
You weren't meeting with him?
No.
Anyway, we don't have the right, we don't have something to know. We're harming a lot of people in the also. Just recently, since y'all came back from Austin, or where we went, to talk to the commissioners, talk to the state rep. Anyway, they apparently addressed that this oil and gas can put out all the noise they wanted to. And they can't. It's limited by the federal law and also by state law. And those were given, I got a letter here to us saying what the limits should be. And no limits have been laid on the people who are operating. And so that's, after you came back and talked with you. State rep. And since that meeting, all this noise is going terribly high. And we've had 12 people killed in this county because of low frequency noise. I have been seriously harmed 4 times, going to the hospital with brain damage. I couldn't not even talk. So this is a serious problem. And they didn't address it in their meeting with the local people and all the people who have oil and gas equipment. So we need to address this problem. We're going to stay up again and say, hey, here's what the law says. Now, I was sending her a letter telling her what the law says, what the limits are.
Yes, Mr. Morgan. Thank you.
We need to address that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you agreeable with the court, we'd like to go down to number 12 to approve the subdivision plan.
This will just kind of get y'all out of here fast.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, Court. My name is Scott Stevens, here for a small, actually technically a replat, I believe, but it's a plat for a small tract there, 345 and the 449.
345 and FM 489.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I hope to have, I think I have everything you need, everything on the checklist. So Did you say you would want to review it, or what, how do
If
we?
we'll go ahead and sign,
Okay.
you got your tax certs?
We do, let me,
Okay.
This one is short. We want to sign for
tax cert, I just fresh off the printer now.
4 copies. No, judge would be 5.
We all got to sign it.
Right.
And then here is the floodplain permit that's also a requirement. I didn't know, so I went and got one, got it from your folks here.
Renee, you need to look at any of this, just
No.
take it over to your office.
You'll need to take it to our office and just make sure it's all original signatures.
Yes, ma'am.
Notarized.
Linda not signing today, gonna throw a kink in it?
I'm sorry.
Linda not signing today, will that throw a kink?
I don't think so.
It shouldn't, you,
Okay.
or pro tem, so you should be able to sign in place, in her place. And
Okay, that answers your question.
you have 3 copies. How many copies?
Yes,
do
they
you
have,
I think so.
They have 4.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think there were 3 required.
yeah.
I brought an extra just because if I
That's
did.
good, because the appraisal district, we give them ours,
Yeah,
and then they have to
you'd
bring
rather
it
not
back.
do that.
Yeah.
So no, you can have it.
yeah.
Only you do that, because you'll have to show that tap with the tax to bring it in your,
Clyde needs to sign 2 places.
Yep.
Okay.
2 places.
Yeah, sign for you and Linda.
Does the floodplain need to be filed in your office with the tax cert?
I think so, yeah, go ahead and send that.
You familiar with our office?
I'm not, but I'll.
If you just go out the back door of the courthouse here, go down, it's that.
Just building.
Oh, I was thinking it was here.
It's
Okay.
right there.
Yeah. So after this, do I take these back, I can take it on over there?
You can take it all over there,
Do I sign for Linda too?
Yeah, we just signed
but pro tem.
pro tem.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
That's good.
Yes, I do make a motion to approve the floodplain deed.
I second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. Motion passed.
We good?
Yes, sir, y'all good.
Appreciate all the help, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
We will now go back to item number 1, which is approve the minutes of the November 18th special meeting.
13th, we did a resolution, we didn't do it, on motor fuel, didn't we? Did we just,
Resolution.
we said we approved it, what, well, let's look at it.
Yeah, we should probably put that we approved a, resolution.
Resolution, okay.
With that addition, do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make it.
I wasn't here, so I'll leave it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor? Motion passed. We'll now go to budget transfers and amendments.
There's 3 sets.
Ma'am?
There's 2024s in there. We did the payroll accruals. There was 2 weeks. We got paid in October, but there was 2 weeks still, so we had to go back and take some, that's the last of the budget transfers for 24. And then, there's a couple of 25s, and there's an amendment for the senior service, $100 donation and a certification in there.
We're about to get 24 cleaned up.
It's done.
Okay, good.
After we get through, it's done, yeah.
I know that's a headache.
Yes, it is. But it's done now.
I make a motion, we approve budget transfers and amendments.
And the,
And
revenue,
resolution.
revenue for senior services?
That was an amendment, wasn't it?
No, resolution, unexpected money.
An amendment, budget transfers and amendment and a certification.
And a certification.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor, aye? Motion passed. Approve the pay bills.
2 sets.
Recess.
That was all medical salaries. You went on the bridge? No, I have some material.
You.
I mean, it wasn't nothing normal about it.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's a company. We're a great company. It's like simple file, CSC, I think EP. And it's e-recordings or getting through the computer. Instead of them coming in your file.
Make a motion to approve the paid bills.
All three of them.
Yeah, all three sets.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the paid bills. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Item number 4 is to approve the payroll.
Make a motion to approve payroll.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pay the payroll. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. We will now go to the next item on the agenda, which is reports. And I think I have one report here from Mr. May, directly from the county court. And this will be, and that's all the reports that I have. If anybody has anything else? They have a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the reports.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Motion passed. Burn ban,
No action.
no action. Special road use agreements, contracts, permits, bonds, anyone have any of those? No action. Proposed opioid settlement.
Mr. H.
I'm sorry, approve bonds and education certificates of county officials and employees. I don't have any. No action. Okay. Now, number 9, proposed opioid settlement. Does anybody know anything about that?
Thought, while I'm looking around, and you're not for opioid settlement, I thought that, we have attorneys that are gathered up counties and going forward with that. I would say to maybe pass that at this point in time, maybe leave it on the next agenda. I'll get with Karen and also get back with those attorneys. I thought they were gonna have somebody here, but obviously that's not the case, so let me do some communication, we'll figure that out.
Motion to table.
Second.
We have a motion to table number 9, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It will be tabled until the next meeting. Internet security. Do we have anybody here from internet security?
Dane, were you here for internet security today?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna have anything for you guys.
Table to the next meeting?
I'm trying, just getting some response out of these guys, getting me a quote that I need to get you guys. We have talked about it, we've narrowed down what we've selected, just I need to get one quote. So,
Make a motion to table number 10.
Second.
We have a motion to second to table number 10, all in favor, aye. Motion passed. Now we will put that back on the next agenda. Number 11, ARPA funds.
So we purchased or we've done the purchase order on the county truck. And, so the amount, the funds that we have left that we need to be allocated is, $122,870.64. That's what we have left that we need to get allocated. So
By
just
December 31st, we gotta,
yes, we need to get, because there's gonna be some forms that y'all will have to run through Commissioner's Court, so we wanna get it done before then. So, we'll need to do some memorandum of understanding for the ones that, for the road material, what we have for that, and then, we've got purchase orders on several of the items too. So, we just need to make sure we've got some type of an agreement or purchase order on everything.
anything left hanging out there that's gonna cost more, that's like we've been hit with?
I mean, we've got sheriff's,
Foresee that?
yeah, I mean, we've got the sheriff's vehicles.
I mean, so we can't.
They've already went up twice.
Yeah, it's gotta happen before December 31st before we can.
Right.
Okay. I'm just curious if there's anything close to coming that might. Our deal wasn't a deal on like before.
Right, but that's pretty much, I think, the only thing that I think, that could create an issue, but,
We just have to.
It should be
If
much.
that comes up, we just have to tend to it.
yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay, so we just talk about it later.
Right, and y'all just be thinking about, is there anything else for the county that, or, that we want to?
Now, we've got some laptops and monitors that are gonna need to be purchased for dispatch office.
those will be coming up. I'll probably have to get some pricing on that within the next week or two. So that'll be coming up. And then we also, I'm not sure, Sheriff's not here, but we had some, for the in-car, as we're going, to the new system, the laptops, I think he was trying to get some kind of grant. I don't know what he got approved on it, or what kind of money he got approved on. But we're gonna have a number of laptops. I don't know if that qualifies for ARPA funds or not.
Okay, I'll look at
Well, we
that.
need to put it back on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Every time till we
Yeah.
get this finished.
Can you put that back on the next agenda, Maria?
Sorry, which one?
ARPA funds.
ARPA funds? Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Now go to number 13, which is approved Tara Batten and Anthony Roberts for the CPS board.
So I make that motion.
Second.
Approve them.
The motion second. All in favor, aye. Motion passed. We'll go to item number 14, which is agreement between Freestone County and Butler Community Center for Starlink internet service.
This one here, you know, we voted and approved to get Starlink for that community center over there. And, because of the way the county pays bills and talking with the auditor, there wasn't a good way for us to purchase that equipment. Everything is online. And
So let me just stop you right there, because here's the agreement, and it is gonna be between Freestone County and the Butler Community Improvement Coordinating Council. I have a W-9 on them, and it's $120 a month, and for this installation and all, it's $743.91. So I think that might be a little bit different than what you were thinking. And so, but the agreement will be with the Butler, and we will be just reimbursing, and we can put them on a monthly like we do. We have about 8 vendors that we pay monthly, and so we can just set them up like that.
that's what changed. The county was gonna pay the bill direct, but now we're doing a contract with them. They'll pay the bill and we just reimburse them every month. So the $120 a month is still the same. And then we'll be able to drop the Windstream line over there, which is basically a little bit more, so we'll save a little money at the end of the day.
I'll make a motion.
I second.
Motion is second. All in favor, aye? Motion passed. We will now go to the supplemental agenda, which is to discuss the purchase of a fire truck. Yes, sir.
Morning, Commissioners of Court. My name is Anthony Roberts. I'm the chief over here at the fire department, and I'm here to talk about the truck. I apologize for missing the last meeting. I was at work, but I did hear the majority of the summation. We did accept the grant by the deadline, and just to remind the court, we can withdraw from the grant if it doesn't work out towards the county's benefit at this time, right? And then that grant will be reallocated to another department. So the purpose behind picking up a tanker is to replace 83. It is significantly aged. However, it still performs, but for us to try and maintain it, it's going to cost quite a bit more money than what we've allocated. We do need a water supply independence. The most we can carry is through the city's Engine 82 at 1,000 gallons. This would provide an additional 2,000 gallons for the county and additional mutual aid. And then taking into account the low member volume, we need to try and look at utilizing the newest suppression and technologically advanced capabilities of an apparatus to try and make it safer for 1- and 2-person responses, especially out on the highway. So from the last meeting, it was to get some additional quotes, which we reached out. I reached out to 9 different dealers and vendors with the same set of guidelines for the tanker. We requested quotes from 12 different manufacturers, which would be Sutphen, Alexis, AMI, KME, Torn, E1, MES, Deep South, Siddons Martins, Fouts, FFA, and Firemaster. They had a due date of Monday into business for us to review all of the quotes side by side with the equipment. I have only received 4 quotes since then. Firemaster, Fouts Brothers could only give me an estimate. They hadn't submitted a formal quote yet. They did bring a truck over. We did look at a truck that's available. However, that truck only has, it's plumbed for only one option, and we need it, I mean, based on what we've looked at as a need for the department and the county, we need to at least pick up the hose reel and the front bumper and a deck gun plumbing. But these aren't an option at this time. With this current truck that's available, you only get one. And all in on a new Fouts is going to be, talking with Sutton, it's going to be over $550,000 possibly, and it will take about a year because it is obviously custom. Deep South sent in a quote. They came in at $446,850. We do have 3 Deep South trucks in the county, one at Tig, one at Wortham, and then a brush truck at Southern Oaks. I've spoken with some of the, one of the chiefs and one of the firefighters from the other department about how they felt the Deep South truck performs. It has changed hands once before. They all have the older trucks. The newer ones are fairly well built, but they have body issues, and so because it's manufactured outside the state, it's kind of tough for us to get the warranty work. Southern Oaks did take receipt of a big brush truck last year, and they did have some issues with it. I talked to Jason Pitts yesterday on some of the issues that they had, and basically they had to take the truck back, send it back to manufacturing, and fix a few things. But he does stand by their warranty. It would take a full year for us to get it. Now, they do have high side boxes, which can and most likely would put us overweight based on the tank size and the things that we're needing. And then Fire Safety USA, which doesn't actually have a license to deal in Texas, we would actually have to go up to their manufacturer to pick up the truck. It came in at $470. It is a 12-month contract, but it would be on us to go up and get it, and then service-wise, we would have to probably return it to the manufacturer because they don't do any work around here. They could get easy stuff because it is a commercial cab. We can utilize the Freightliners and the Internationals around here, but anything particular to the actual truck, the response, the boxes, that would actually have to go back up to Fire Safety USA. So those are the 4 quotes that we've actually received. I mean, other than the Fouts, I talked to Sutton yesterday. He said he was still waiting on it. I haven't heard anything from Siddons Martins. So,
What's the one quote? How much was it? I just have 3 written down.
which one?
You didn't get it out.
That's 550, 446, 850, and 470.
470, and then the Firemaster was originally $539,600. Since then, we've talked to them, and we've got it down to $522,800.
That's the one y'all presented the last meeting.
That is correct, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. And with me today is the sales manager for the area, the regional sales manager who came over from Louisiana, and then their service manager. One key advantage to the Firemaster is its build. There's other chiefs in the county that have looked at this compared to the others. Its build is very robust. These guys had a truck over in Rusk. We went over and looked at it. The fact that we can get it serviced in our department is great. If we have to take it for any additional substantial service, it'll just go up to Wilmer. The turnaround on it's very quick. So that's kind of.
And this truck's still available?
Yes, sir.
That is correct. It is available. However, there are 2 other departments outside of the state that are bidding for it now.
Over time, met the serviceman, I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Adam.
Out front, he lives in Lakewood.
Yep.
And he does Fairfield, Tig, Buffalo over here, and
And y'all's main shop closest to us is in Wilmer, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Top of that line up there, just south of Wilmer there.
On the truck that y'all are quoting Shane, I know there was talk about what's the automated spray nozzle on the front, the remote?
It's they call it a turret, and we actually sent Chief a video yesterday. We got our photographer out doing some drone footage of it, and we're getting about 70 foot of reach out of that. You know, y'all, a lot of you know me, I'm fire chief in Buffalo, and I deal with the same thing that he does here, the safety on that highway out there. And being able to hit 2 buttons in the cab and never leave the cab of the truck when you've got a grass fire out there on that interstate, yeah, you're protected when you're in the cab of that truck a lot better than you are riding or inside. The 70 foot distance, you're gonna sweep your median, With him being, Chief and I visited quite a bit, and I see the same problem with us. We're short-handed a lot of times, and it may be one guy until neighboring department can get there or somebody else get loose from work. Happens a lot. With the capability of the way we designed this truck for them is, it can be a one-man show. If he needs to pull a 100-foot of reel line, he can do that, hit a button, roll his reel right back up. If he needs to have foam, he can have that, and with being able to run that monitor on the front, you use infrastructure too. If you're by yourself, pull up and can't man a line, you can use that to do it. It's got the reach to do that, and that's something that Chief is really looking at more on is safety. We run them down there in Buffalo on our brush trucks. I don't have one on a big truck like that, but they're a handy tool.
Does it also have one up top?
It's plumbed for that. He would have to probably pull a gun off of his other truck, or he would have to purchase one.
Yeah.
But that's something, that's one of the three things he was talking about a while ago. We're offering a reel, which lets that be a one-man pull off, pull it, roll it back up electrically. We're offering the opportunity of deck gun for high GPM flow. If you have a big structure, the difference between that turret and the deck gun, you can get up to 1,000 GPM out of that deck gun. On the front monitor, you're only going to be about 125. So it equals a big hand line, or a hand line is what it equals. He's got more knockdown. If you were to have a pull up on a residential fire, really need the gallons to get it knocked down. Have both. Now that one will not be electronic. It'll be manual. They would have to manually run it. But well laid out trucks, not what they originally started out. They looked at something a lot more robust than what they're doing. They've got the working needs on the truck is what they've done. And I've helped him quite a bit as far as we sat and talked, can we cut this, can we add this, and he's down to where he is now. And we did whittle some stuff off the truck.
And this has got the 20-gallon foam?
It will have, right now with what we've got him priced, it's a 20-gallon foam cell on there, which will run that tank a long, long time. He's not gonna probably run with that 0.2% of flow, and it gives you wet water. If you don't know what foam does to a fire, it penetrates a lot deeper than just straight water. Water will beat up, and where you get less rekindles and quicker knockdown with foam. So,
how much is that foam package on that truck?
right at 19, he's got the actual number. It's right at 19.
19,920. And like I was talking with the department and Shane, 83 doesn't have a foam system. We would have to manually do it, and that's not a deal breaker for us at all. It would just be nice to be able to have that one-man opportunity. You pull up on the TA because there's so much hazmat running through there, and you can swap over to foam and be driving out there in a parking lot putting down foam instead of trying to pull buckets, get it set, and then pull a line. We will make do, but I just see it as an advantage for the county.
Right. Is that, and that's a 1,250 GPM?
It's 1,000 GPM. There's manufacturers that will tell you they'll do 1,500 off PTO. You will for a little bit, but it won't last long. We're only gonna rate ours at 1,000 because we know what our PTO, and it's the same. When you're buying a truck, a lot of the parts are the same. We're all buying a Freightliner chassis, we're all buying a Kimball, whatever. The pumps are the same. There's manufacturers that will push a truck to the maximum. We're not gonna do that. And that's to keep the longevity in your truck. That's, we do a lot of stuff differently on our brand of apparatus than there's different ways trucks are built. I think you and I talked quite a bit about that. You know, the longevity, this is a heavy body structure truck, along with, we're not gonna overrate that pump for you. So, and I've got questions, I've got answers that Robert will come in case y'all have any, business questions or even on the trucks. We're both very well, been around a long time. So, we don't want our customer having a problem. I want to bring Adam, service manager, because he's living right here. He moved out to Tennessee to here. So he's going to be run by the station, check out the truck if he needs service. And we possibly fix to hire another guy outside of Jewett. Right? And so we're going to have actually 2 people up here. We've got people in Course County. We've got people all around service-wise. So, any questions y'all have, please feel free to ask. I want you to be happy with what you're doing for the community or the county.
So what all does the truck haul besides water and foam? Anything else besides that?
What he did, one of the things that we cut was, we cut the ladders off. He's planning on taking the ladders off the other truck. That's one of the savings that we did in the truck. We are putting the ladder brackets on the truck. That way he can pull the ladders off the old truck, put on the new truck. That is one thing. So you're gonna have ladders, you're gonna have hard suctions for drafting out in the rural area, and you're gonna have a drop tank, which is a portable tank. They pull up there. The truck has a swivel dump sheet on the rear, and it's electronic. So, I mean, they flip that from the cab, they drop their tank, dump their 2,000 gallons of water, and head out to a water source to get more water to come back. Also working with him on some rural water supply tactics that'll make him some improvements. But our standard truck, comes with your hard suctions, drop tank, electric swivel dump, and what that swivel dump does, it telescopes out and it allows you to dump straight behind the truck or anywhere in a 180-degree radius. So that's what it'll be. You got ladders if you need it. You don't have enough. You don't have as much storage as you would on a pumper, but you do have a 5-foot box and a small box about yay big behind both rear wheels, and you've got the big box in the front, which is capable of hauling quite a bit of equipment. We've got him a slide-out tray in there where he would be able to haul his air packs in there. And I think he's just planning on putting 2 on there, is that correct? 2. Yeah. That way they've got breathing protection if they're on the scene. And obviously it won't carry as much as our ladder truck or the pumper currently does, but it is a workable truck. Firemaster designed this truck to fall in place of your pumper as your pumper went down. And that's what they accomplished with it. It's a fairly simple truck. Very little can go wrong with it. Usually we asked them when we took that line on, what is your main problems? And they looked at each other like, if we have anything, it's a Freightliner issue, and that's just gonna be bad, no matter whose truck it is. So.
What do y'all plan on doing with your old truck?
Theirs?
Whatever the court wants to do with it.
So,
Whatever the commissioner's court wants to do with it.
Is it 1,000 gallons, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we just did all the preventative maintenance. The pump does run as long as we baby it. We can't run 2 and 3 hand lines off of it because it does have some seal issues because it's never actually been broken open and worked inside. It's a very substantial truck. Like Shane was saying, we're going to basically take everything off of 83 and put it on to the next truck, minus the fan and some cribbing stuff. But it will double as a pumper if necessary. So whenever we would, like right now, we're going to have to pull 82 off the line for its annual PM, and we have to have something behind it. Right now it's 83. This would be the county's new 83 for the next 25 years.
We were talking, the other one could be utilized within the county out of smaller.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Y'all said, you know what I mean, it doesn't have to qualify, whatever y'all's status, y'all talked about, what is it,
Key rate,
what?
key rate for the city.
Yeah.
Home insurance.
Yeah, the
Some
ISO
smaller-
rating.
Some smaller department, I'm sure, might be something better than they've got, if we can fix it up.
But the cab, the chassis, the engine, I know we just rebuilt the engine
Yes, you do.
last year, but
Yep.
all that.
You said we could rebuild a pump for 11 grand?
Yes. Now, that was from Texas Fire Apparatus. That wasn't, Adam didn't get a chance to look at it and quote it. These guys didn't.
That'll be cheaper.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
that I know the number, it will be cheaper.
Did you say 9,000? Yes, sir.
What do you say to give a good truck away if somebody, we can use it?
Yeah, no, I don't, what we just spent on the engine.
Yeah, we
did
worked out
rebuild
an
it.
investment
Yeah,
in
that truck
it.
needs to stay in the county, I believe. I don't
Because we don't
think
have to do
that-
anything for it. I mean, you're not gonna get much out of it. People could benefit better.
And I will inform you guys as well, tomorrow we are taking receipt of the 2.5-ton DOD truck from the Forestry Department.
Right.
So that'll be another, we're gonna build that into a brush truck for the county. These guys are gonna help spec out the slip tank, and that's 100% payback on the slip tank up to $30,000. So the cost of the county will basically just be covering insurance for the year, but it is a free truck to the county's line. Yeah.
I guess the biggest question is where we get the money from. We didn't budget it.
That's gonna go back to, I know Shane sent me, last time that they came, we were showing some finance papers from Republic. And at that time, we didn't know that Republic does the same thing as the government capital that we've used in the past. But being that they do, so there would be an option to use their grant money as down payment, finance the remainder until
Republic had a,
budget
what,
for it.
3% early payoff?
Yeah, what?
Is that what it was?
I think it's what they did.
It's 3%. We were trying to get away from that.
But the money that we have now, that we can't spend, is
Right.
making more than 3%, so we'll offset that fee just by
Yeah.
our money drawing interest until we are allowed to spend our money because of budget.
You know, yeah. Because we didn't budget for it. That's our biggest problem.
Another thing, I guess I'll go ahead and say, I have a verbal commitment from the FLG, the Fairfield Lake Group out here, and they've committed by handshake yesterday to pitch in half, which I told them was approximately $130,000. And so that's gonna help the county out a bunch.
Absolutely.
So that'll all happen Thursday morning.
So we're whittling, we may have the number down to, us rounding up
125,000.
They got AC.
And we're gonna have
We've got
to,
stuff in
so we don't forget, we got Stephen,
that
we got Stephen here today, and Stephen, I kind of
We're getting that
passed you
number
over
down.
when we went through ARPA funds, but we're getting back to you after this.
Yeah, no problem. But we're getting that number down where we can handle something, I mean, it's getting a little more manageable.
Well, it gives us an option.
Contingency,
Yes.
so I'm okay with, yeah, going that way. Is there a way, when is this truck delivered, when y'all go need money? That's
We're anticipating August, is what our deadline is right now, it's August.
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 And how much is this truck?
522,800.
Mr. Lane, the updated quote from Republic as of last week, if we rework the numbers, down payment would be due in November of next year at $275,000 would be the grant total. Then 9 payments of $42,933, just to give you a ballpark.
So you're saying we wouldn't have to
Do
make any kind of payment until November?
November of next year.
Just be
We can already
budget, we can budget time in October.
And that's the beauty of Republic, they'll run that out there for us, and they're our number one vendor, and we don't hardly get anything not with, I mean, that's normally where our customers go, they're phenomenal to work with. But yes, during November, he can't even apply for the grant, he can't even do it until the truck gets here to get the 275, until the truck is on the ground, the truck has to be paid for before he ever gets that 275 back, is the way the state works that. But, yeah, if you're in November, you're in next year's budget, so.
Is this a burn price?
Yes,
It's
sir.
not gonna be like mine.
Something else on this price that Shane told me the other day, isn't there about 13,500 of contingency
It's,
money?
looks like there's 75
included in the
and a 5,000, and what, we always put that in there because we don't know if they're gonna go, we don't know how wild they're gonna go with their graphics. That money can be used elsewhere if needed or not paid if not used. You know, you've got that choice. There's 7,500 in there for graphics, and that's getting their lettering and all their numbers, and reflective and all that stuff on there. If they only use 5, that's all you're gonna pay them. Unless you wanna use that full amount and they can put in, if they need new hose, if they need whatever. And then there's 5,000 there is just a loose contingency that if they need to add, a lot of times they forget, like, oh, I need to add hydrant wrenches. Just simple things that add up real quick. If you go ahead and put the contingency in there, then you'll have to go back to the commissioner's court and ask for more money or figure out where you're gonna get
Yeah.
it. But if you don't use it, you do not pay it. And we'll be very, very transparent with that.
Anytime we use that contingency fund, we'll actually write a change order signed by the fire chief to account for every penny of that contingency fund. Then that time of invoice would show where that money was used and not invoice what was not used.
I just didn't want this to turn into a deal like a Tahoe, where we think we got them bought, and then we go up, and then we think we got them bought, and then they go up again, we think we got them bought.
We work for a man that will not do that to you. I'd just say a pretty good significant price increase that,
Yeah.
because we gave the city of Amarillo our word of the price.
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. You got
Yeah.
a service, you know, everything's here,
Right.
down the road. It's,
Fits pretty well.
we're getting that number with them now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just go with it.
Done motion?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to, let me get this right now. What your motion is to purchase this truck?
It says discuss purchase of the fire truck.
Sir, purchase the truck, or, so what, I mean, how do we need to word it? So
In the amount of $522,800.
Well, the trucks, yeah, total, yeah. And then the grant money is applied to that.
And no payments until November.
You want all that in the minutes,
Ma'am?
the entire, what you just said in the minutes?
Y'all would draw up a contract on this. What if we just make a motion to accept a contract,
Purchase new fire.
Yeah,
based on these numbers?
yes. I like that better.
And then I think in that motion, you would need to put that you would revisit the financing option.
Yeah.
With Republic, yeah.
The finance options will change if we get help from.
So, to be clear, your company doesn't get a check until November, or are you saying Republic would finance it?
Republic would finance the truck.
And then
They would pay
Republic
it
would not request a payment until
to
November?
November. They would pay at the time of delivery.
That changed a little bit.
I mean, let me ask you this. Okay, we're talking about August delivery. Okay, so we look at the end of the year, our contingency. I mean, and we can handle it without financing. We'd have an option.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you know, because it's hard, we don't have a crystal ball to see what's
That's
ahead
what
of us
I
for the year. We're just starting a new year. And that would give us an option, then we wouldn't have a penalty, a prepayment penalty, and if we could handle it, and then we get help from, the group out here. I mean, we may be able to handle it without financing.
That's why I suggest if you make the motion to enter into agreement to purchase a truck and revisit the finance in the same motion at a later date, will better the county. I think your motion will cover both sides of that.
We could just write you an IOU till it's good on October first.
All he
We
needs
have to worry about
is
the
a
finance.
Yeah, we can operate on a purchase order, or we can give you a generic contract that we use also.
Who are
Yeah,
we
let's come
accepting
up
the
with a
contract
let's come
from?
Let's come up with the motion so
Where
that
would
she
it
can
come
get it
from?
down.
Who are we accepting the contract from?
What's the
Nobody's
company name?
mentioning
Safe
the
Industries.
company name,
It would be Safe Industry.
Safe Industries.
Safe Industries.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to enter into a contract with Safe Industries for the purchase of this truck, tanker, whatever,
With an option.
with,
to finance. With option to finance.
option to finance.
In the amount of $522,800
Yes, ma'am.
with option to finance.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Motion passed. We will now go to, you got what you need, Renee?
Yes.
We'll go to item number 16 on the agenda, which is amend an interlocal agreement between Freestone County Sheriff's Office and the City of Oakwood Police Department. Sheriff,
I think y'all have it.
sir.
I think y'all have it.
We did.
I
We
believe it's the one we've already signed. What happened was they switched chiefs. So we got a new chief over there, so we just did a new one.
amendment to it.
And they did make a change as far as the,
There was a
people being able to appeal to get their case heard in Freestone County. I was told that change was gonna be in that agreement. What's happened, I think, on about 9 different occasions, people get a ticket from them, they appeal it, and then it comes back to Freestone County. This would not allow them to do that. Their venue would be solely in Leon County, which lessens the burden on our court system. Especially being we're not receiving those funds anyway.
I haven't seen the,
Probably need to look at it, right?
their agreement, but, you know, it's,
May I say something on this? The Oakwood Police Department came in one day last week with this sign and saying it's been amended. And I'm like, well, it didn't go through Commissioner's Court, so I got with the judge. And that's how this came here. It had been signed and all that before it was approved up here. And what I found was that changed in the original contract versus this one is this paragraph here on the venue. This
Right.
little section here.
What page is it?
It's about the third.
Okay, bottom paragraph.
I think, let me see.
Yeah, third page.
Yeah.
Bottom.
Would you like to table that, you get it?
no, I see it there. I guess I have a, yeah, oh yeah, no, I see it, and definitely accomplishes what you're talking about. I don't know, you know, I think, I'm kind of shooting from the hip here,
And then you
obviously.
did on the 14th.
I don't know if you commit a crime in a county, whether you can just agree to have that venue changed. It's Class C, obviously, but it's still a crime. I mean, in the technical legal terms. And so I don't, I guess you can do that by agreement and just have it in Leon County. But what I will say to Commissioner Lane's, it does have that in there. It does accomplish what you're looking to accomplish. So I think I would roll with it, let me kind of look on the back end, and you know, if we need changes in the future, then we can go and amend it there, because it's already pushing it to Leon County to begin with, right? So it's already doing, and this is just furthering it. So what I would suggest is, yeah, move forward with it as amended, and then let me kind of look at it. If we need to come back with any changes, we can go from there.
Make a motion, we, accept the amended interlocal agreement between Freestone Sheriff's Office and Oakwood Police Department.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor, aye? Motion passed.
Before we go to number 17, can we go back to number 11?
Yes, sir.
Steve, you wanna, and anybody that y'all feel y'all need to roll or whatever, don't let it bore you. Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Steve is here with a company called Garland.
Yes, sir.
And basically this is, they give us a not to exceed quote for
County auditor.
Auditor right over there.
for the roof and masonry work, windows and stuff. And this is a follow-up for him to kind of let us know what they can do for us.
Right, so, Commissioner Lloyd, appreciate the time. Like I said, I'm Steve Shadden with the Garland Company. We're a turnkey roofing and waterproofing manufacturer. We really specialize in courthouses, jails, public buildings. So what I've done is with Judge Grant and Mr. Lloyd, I went through and kind of built an assessment on what your current facility is looking like. The roof definitely has some major issues. It doesn't drain very well, for one, so there's got spots that hold water, and anytime you have water that's just sitting on your roof, it's not gonna last as long as it should. Open seams, cracked flashing, a lot of the stonework around the coping has joints every 3 foot on those coping stones, and when those joints are cracked, if it's not properly waterproof, then you get water down the walls. That's why you're seeing some of that on the second and third levels. You get water coming down your walls, messing up your drywall. So we kind of just did an initial assessment. We've just done, we did Russ County's waterproof theirs. We did the roof over in Anderson County recently. And so we've done a lot of East Texas work. And so really the process is, it kind of laid out different budgets. All of these are budgetary numbers. So what this does is, once the court allocates funding, or they want to move forward with that type of project, the steps that would go in place is we go back and we build what we call a project book. So we build specific roof drawings, taper design. So roof drawings, what's actually on the roof, how is that going to be roofed correctly? Taper design to make sure the roof drains correctly. Engineering counts to make sure the roof doesn't blow off. It's very windy in this part of Texas. If minus a tornado, your roof shouldn't blow off just because high winds came through. So we build that whole package and we push that out to bid. And multiple varieties, get multiple contractors to come in and bid, and then we're on site during the project. Every week, you'll get weekly progress reports back to the county, making sure that that project's done in accordance with specifications, engineering. And then at the end of the day, what counties in East Texas and across the country have liked working with Garland is it's not a contractor or the architect or a general contractor, or they use this sub or this mechanical guy. The warranty goes directly from us to you. There's only one person to blame if anything ever goes wrong. And then the other part of that is, since this is a courthouse, there is a Texas Historical Commission piece of that. As far as the roof is concerned, we'll basically just have to go through a permitting process, and we'll handle that as well. We reach out to them with a detailed scope of work, expressing, hey, we're doing this to the courthouse, we're putting a new roof on it, we're not touching any architectural features, and then they'll have to sign off on that. So that's the whole process in there. And then it kind of depends on what the county, how the county wants to proceed. There's different options. You can do 30-year roofs, you can do 40-year roofs, you can do 20-year roofs. They all have different budgets. There's masonry work that needs to be done in the courthouse. My always thought is you start with the project you can handle and try to start top to bottom. Get your roof fixed, which is going to help your walls, get your walls fixed, and so on and so forth. And so that's kind of the piece here. We did some other working, on the annex, we looked at some other buildings. That's not a concern today, but that is in that assessment. And really, I'm just here to answer any questions that y'all have as far as the process and steps of how to complete work.
I was with an understanding on the historical commission that they weren't too concerned about roofs because it's, can't see it.
Yeah, so we did Red River Counties up in Clarksville. We did that 2 years ago. That building was 1865. It actually has a metal tin snap roof. Well, it's a historical roof because it's an architectural feature. You can see it from the ground. Okay, so that process took like 1.5 years to get through the historical commission. What can we do? Your roof is what is considered a low slope. It's not an architectural feature. And so that process, usually we can get approval in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
That's not as bad a deal. Now, when we get to the masonry, that might take a little longer, but again, I'd start with the roof and work your way down.
We definitely need a roof. Lord, that been up on twice.
And the roof, the thing that I want to reiterate is,
A lot more than that.
Well, I'm just saying.
the thing I want to reiterate is we never want, counties always do, hey, we're doing this project and, oh, this popped up. These are locked in, not to exceed numbers. These numbers will not change. You will not have change orders during the project. That's why we go through all this work on the front end of building specifications, drawings, getting the contractors out. If there's a mechanical issue up there that a unit needs to be raised so that we can go to code installation, that's included in the bids. Painting gas lines back to hazard yellow per code. If there's any electrical that's messed up on the roof, we'll bring in an electrician. Everything is turnkey, no change orders, period. Because you guys work off a budget, you can't approve 300 grand or 150 grand and then, oh, we gotta go back to Commissioner's Court because we got 50,000 that popped up out of nowhere. That's why we go through this process, so that it's a smooth transition and we haven't had a change order on a county project in 3 years.
And looking at this, so this exterior waterproofing, that's one quote, and then these two to the right of it, that's just the option of a 30-year or 40-year roof.
Yeah, different roofs. And sometimes the county, they get, we're interested in 40, but we don't know. We can bid out both. And then you can kind of see where the numbers are. These numbers are gonna come down. I just don't know if you're gonna do this in 2 years from now or 3 weeks from now. So we always set a budget that we can go attack.
And we received a quote from another company, to put a, but theirs is basically just to replace, what's that material called that's up there?
So what you have is a Duralast single ply right now. Usually they're made out of PVC. Everybody knows PVC pipe. How do you get PVC to turn into a sheet? You add plasticizers in it, it becomes flexible. The problem with those in Texas is Texas gets so hot in the summer that the plasticizers, after about 8 years, bake out of it. And then if you get a hailstorm, they shatter. Because to get them ready, to get them flexible, all these systems here are multi-ply, 200 to 300 mils of waterproofing, so we're not talking, 60 mils, we're talking, good thickness, multi-layers, because redundancy and getting proper design on a roof, that's key. If you do, we can do a single ply option, it'll get you 10 or 15 years down the road at the most. In fact, you get a hailstorm at year 9, you're done.
What did y'all install on Palestine?
Palestine, we did the 40-year.
I'm sorry.
We did a modified bitumen 40-year system. But then on, let's see, Red River's annex building, Red River County, their annex right next to their courthouse, we did a 30-year system. So, Van Zandt County, we did a 40. So it just kind of depends on the county. Sometimes counties are looking, hey, we may build a new justice center in 25 years. Maybe we just put a 25-year roof on. It kind of depends on what the county. This building's gorgeous. I don't think it's going anywhere. I'd tend to, push for a 30-year or more if you could.
One thing about it, we need both. We can fix that roof up there right now, we still have water getting into the building. So the weatherproofing, to me, is just as important as the roof.
And I would split it in 2 phases. It's a lot of money. Handle the roof first. You may see a lot of times we go for most drastic action. We fix the roof first, 95% of your wall problems may go away because we're gonna fix the coping stones that directly comes down, and then the waterproofing secondary doesn't become such an issue right away. That's biggest need that's gonna handle the most problems first. And then as far as, roofing projects, if the county has, depending on what the county's interested in doing, the best time to do roofing projects on a county basis wise, because this building is occupied, there will be people in this building when we're roofing, is in the late fall, winter, and early spring. Those are the best times to do roofing projects for counties, because you're gonna get your best pricing, because if you say we want this project to be done in June, well then you're competing all the good roofers and all the good contractors, they're doing schoolwork because the kids are out of school. This building's always gonna be occupied whether it's June or it's January 15th. If you can do projects in those types of windows, winter, early spring, you're gonna get much better pricing than, hey, how about we do a roofing project from June to July?
How long does it typically take to do just the roof for?
This roof will take anywhere, depending on the contractor, some guys like to use 8 guys, some guys use 15. You can expect anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. Palestine's is, Anderson County is such a tall courthouse, we actually had to bring in a crane and set it in the yard, and that just takes a lot longer, some of that stuff. So your courthouse is like 1 floor shorter, so there's different options as well. But we'll go from building specifications, we'll hold a pre-construction, pre-bid on site, get all the contractors to come look, go over the scope of work. That way they can't turn in a bid and go, oh, but I need a change later because I didn't know that. No, you were here, you showed up, mandatory pre-bid.
And your company holds their feet to the fire?
Yes. Yeah. We won't allow them to send you a change order unless we approve it. Something drastic comes up. Now, this is a wood decked system. There may be some wood, a little bit of wood rot up there. We don't know how much. We have contractors pre-bid out at a cost up to the front side saying, hey, if we open this up and there's 8% of roof that's wet, you already have that cost worked in. They can't get up on the roof and go, oh, it's $300 a foot now to fix that, because we're already here, of course you're gonna pay us. It's all pre-bid out before, holds their feet to the fire where they can't gouge you when something unexpected comes up.
And these quotes again are just not to exceed, so.
These are not to exceed. We gotta go build drawings, we gotta do specifications, and then we gotta bring it back, we gotta go get bids, and then bring it back to the court for approval. If you can make a motion to approve, to get working on those drawings and, bids, and I can start working on that stuff, and then we can host a pre-bid, if you guys are ready to move forward with the project, or we can, revisit a different time.
I personally think we need to think about it before we proceed on.
I think we need to have the judge here.
Yeah. And just make sure how we're gonna get the money and.
Yeah, we gotta crunch the numbers, right?
And then have a lot of other things, so I think the best thing to do is just be table this until next meeting.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't think you can really make a motion on anything if you don't have it listed specifically, so this is just kind of general information.
I mean, we just really. This falls under ARPA funds.
It does fall under ARPA funds, so we can come back in December if you want to put it on the agenda, and you can at least allocate them.
We might not have any, I don't know how much ARPA fund money we got left, I don't know, we just have to look at that, but, I mean, we just take no action on it today and then put it on the agenda to talk
And
about
I
it.
think, Karen, the question will be, the funds that we do have left, comes down to it, can they be used towards this?
They probably so. It's
I
just,
know
there's
there's not
gonna be a
enough to do
process,
these
because when you
projects.
have an engineer and you have all the things,
It's
it
sticky.
does, but I mean, if we can do it, this is the first I've heard.
Yeah, and we have
I'm not
county
really-
precedent, Anderson County used ARPA funds, so you can allocate them. And you don't have to allocate them specifically to anything more than, basically, you can allocate them before the end of the year to courthouse improvements, or hey, we're gonna use, and then it's sitting there that we can figure out how those improvements are going.
Well, right, but we're gonna have to we would have to have an agreement signed with somebody with these amount of funds. It has to be specific,
Yep.
so,
Even if it's just a portion of the overall
yes,
cost?
yes.
Right. You can split labor and materials into two different contracts and go, oh good, I'll get the rest of my materials, because the majority of the price is labor. So you can, there's different ways we can work and split that up for you if you need, but I don't want to take any more of your time. I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm sure Mr. Lloyd will get back in discussion.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, appreciate the time.
We'll now move to item number 17, which is discuss dispatch matters. Anybody got anything on that?
We had a meeting yesterday,
Sorry.
we had a meeting yesterday, Dane, Jeremy.
What kind of timeline we got on dispatch after y'all's meeting yesterday?
Target, which we're waiting for some, LGS to give us some firm dates as they get the data, but yesterday we were plugging the stick in the mud at February 17th. To be live and up and operational.
A lot of things gotta happen between now and then.
Yeah.
We got a lot of moving pieces going on right there.
Anything else?
I just thought I'd catch everybody up. Monday, I wasn't here Monday for the meeting because I had a previous meeting with TxDOT in Huntsville. Pre-construction on 2 bridges on FM 80. I just kind of wanted to be in on the know of what's going on. Between Freestone and Doney, they'll close 80 January 6th. And it'll be closed for up to 192 days.
Actually closed, right?
Yeah. We met, Jeremy, did you come to that meeting in Teague when we met with them? You know, we tried to campaign to get drive-arounds on all of them.
Yeah.
And we won out on Cat Creek. Now, it's got bumped back. It was kind of at the front, and they had one down between Doney and they've added the other bridge to it. And so,
They're just gonna shut the whole,
yeah,
all the way
they're
down
gonna
from both
detour, they're gonna
bridges.
detour people. Their route is 164 to 489 towards Parsonsville, back around. And then, of course, you know what's gonna happen to all the county roads in parallel.
Oh, yeah.
it's already bid out. Gonna be 92 days on one and 100 days on the other projected, so.
Starting January 6th.
Yeah, the contractor was there, they're gonna shut the highway down January 6th.
You got the runaround on Cat Creek though?
I got them, well, we talked, if they do it, they previously agreed that, you know, in our meeting, when I had everybody, we had EMS, we had everybody, because it was really, all of them needed, but they don't care, basically. I mean, I hate to say that, but
January 6th for 180 days.
yeah. Two
Our
bridges.
newspaper lady don't want to get out to our general public.
Well, they're gonna have press releases. I mean, that was all in the meeting. They'll have press releases closer, because everybody will forget between now and then. But they have press releases coming out, but I just wanna let everybody know what's going on. And a good thing come out of it, huh?
Skinner go down there with you?
Me and the superintendent went, just so we'd kinda,
Yeah, we had our bus routes and everything.
yeah. And, it's all doable, the bus routes, it isn't horrible, but it's gonna, well, it's a little bit, it's, yeah.
It's gonna add some time.
Yeah, but it could be a worst case scenario, but it's not too bad. But like you said, all it takes is for one person to move in a different area, and it gets pretty complicated. The only good thing coming out of it, I got with the contractor, and I'm gonna get all the concrete, delivered to me, so, off all the bridges.
Anybody else got any comments?
But I just wanna let everybody know what's going on.
I was handed a note here a second ago, and it says, there will be a meeting at the Jewett Civic Center, on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. about the high-speed train for new development. When?
Thursday at 5:30.
Thursday at 5 o'clock at the Jewett Civic Center. And I guess there's some developments or something happening with it. I'm not sure.
There's a lot of, a lot of changes since Amtrak accepted the.
You're talking about tomorrow? Tomorrow?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the first I've heard about it, just got a message, I know. So, you know, if you're interested in that, I've been in many one of my tenure here, and I guess it's starting back up again.
It's not necessarily, it's not, the bad news is that Amtrak is accepting responsibility for it if it goes through.
That's better.
Which makes it a train now,
Yeah.
which was our whole argument from the beginning. But it's not necessarily bad news. I mean, it's.
What time did you say?
Getting there.
I won't say it all, but I had a man tell me yesterday, he said if it went from Dallas to Waco, or Dallas to Austin, and Austin to Houston, that would be a lot more successful than just going from Dallas to Houston.
They're gonna go to, stop at College Station. There's gonna be a stop at College Station.
Yeah, it ain't even gonna be in College Station, it's gonna be outside.
Bypass that.
Hang on a second. We're in this commissioner's discussion right now. Is it, y'all got anything else? I'll say. All in favor? Okay.
How do we get on your agenda? Okay?
How do you get on the agenda for what? How do you get on the agenda? Call the judge's office, so you will be on the agenda. County judge's office.